Do you find yourself with an excess of basil in your garden or a craving for homemade pesto, but you're not sure where to begin? You have come to the right place because that is exactly what we are going to cover today on Tasty Tidbits with Tiff. So welcome, my name is Tiffany and I am so excited you're here. For those of you joining for the first time, I help busy millennials create healthy meals in minutes without stress and overwhelm. And for those adults wanting to indulge every once in a while, I also offer beverage pairing recommendations with quick, easy recipes. And welcome to all of my repeat viewers as well. Now, before we get started in today's Tasty Tidbit with Tiff coverage, I would love to know, what are some of your favorite things to do with fresh basil? Drop it in the comments. This is about a quarter of my basil content right now from our garden, so I am in need of some fresh new ideas. But today we are going to be making one of my favorites, which is homemade pesto using the fresh basil from my garden, pine nuts, olive oil, and garlic. And then you can also add in Parmesan cheese. Some people like to add in a little bit of lemon as well, but that's what we are going to be making. And this is in the food processor attachment of the Flex Plus. So for those of you that are familiar with the Flex Plus, I'd love to know what your favorite attachment is. Drop it in the comments. And for those of you that are not familiar with the Flex Plus, you are in for a treat. This is an amazing power tool that is also on sale for a limited time. So definitely check out my website in my bio or shoot me a personal message if you are curious how you can get this in your kitchen at a crazy discount of less than $100. It is truly amazing. So this is part of the Flex Plus. It is a 3-in-1 power tool that has the food processor attachment, which we'll be using today, as well as a hand mixer and an immersion blender. This is the handle with a rechargeable battery. So it comes with 2 rechargeable batteries, so it is cordless, making it very convenient to use anywhere in your kitchen, or if sometimes you find yourself in the living room or another room in your house when using the food processor or immersion blender or hand mixer, you can take it with you wherever you want because it just needs that rechargeable battery. Pretty cool. So I have got 4 cups of fresh basil in the food processor here. So you need about 4 cups of leaves. And you can also use the stems. People don't always realize that you can use the stems. They're just as nutritious as the leaves and are going to add in even more flavor to your homemade pesto. So we've got 4 cups in there right now. If you have fresh garlic, you want to add in 4 cloves of garlic or more if you are a big fan of garlic like I am. We are out of fresh garlic at the moment, so I will be adding in some minced garlic here with the olive oil. I have got it rehydrating itself in the oil right now, so that is an option. You can do fresh or minced, but we are going to get these basil leaves chopped up here. So we'll give you a better view of what's happening in the food processor. So with the attachment part, we just add the rechargeable battery to the device, push the little safety lock there to basically tell the device that I am an adult and it is okay to use. So it does have that safety feature built in for kids. So we've got the basil nicely chopped up. You'll just want to pulse it until it is chopped and nicely fine, and it will chop even more as we add the rest of the ingredients here. So next up is going to be the pine nuts and Parmesan cheese. So we have got 2/3 of a cup of pine nuts here, which you can find at most grocery stores. Sometimes it's only the specialty stores. If you can't find pine nuts, walnuts are another great option. Those are a little bit easier to find. And then you want about a cup of Parmesan cheese. So we'll add that in there. We'll get these mixed up before we add in the olive oil. We'll get the lid back on there. And sometimes it is a little bit of a challenge to get it lined up, as most devices can be. because you have to have it lined up perfectly to get that tight seal. Add the safety feature again, and we'll mix that up. So before we add in the olive oil, I'd love to know what you enjoy pesto on. I know it's very popular pasta sauce. We frequently use it as a pizza sauce. So you may have seen pictures previously of our roasted butternut squash pizza. Truly a family favorite here, because that uses the homemade pesto, so that's what we are going to be using this for primarily. But there are so many other options out there to use it. So definitely share in the comments what your favorite ways are to enjoy pesto. And so now we'll get the olive oil on. We'll add that in here in little increments. So on this lid here, that has the little opening like you'll find in most food processors. So we are going to just slowly pour in the olive oil through there. And then mix it in from that point. So we'll rotate this so you guys can get a better view. And like I said, I've got the minced garlic that was previously dehydrated, rehydrating in there. If you're looking for some extra flavor, in addition to just using plain olive oil, you can also use a combination of our garlic infused. This is also amazing for homemade garlic bread or adding a little flavor of pizza crust. We also have basil infused olive oil, which is perfect for the pesto. So I've got a combination in here right now. And then we also have garlic Parmesan. So this is also perfect for just a little added flavor in here. Also is a great bread dipper and homemade garlic bread. So I have got a combination of all of those in here right now with that dehydrated garlic. So you need 1 cup total of oil. So I just did a quarter cup of each of these, and then a quarter cup of plain unflavored olive oil. So that way we've got a nice little combination. So we're just gonna add this in slowly until everything is all mixed together. And just like that, we have got our homemade pesto ready to go. So this is ready to use right away. Doesn't that look delicious? If only you could smell it through the camera. But it is amazing. So we can use this right away. It can store in the fridge for up to a week. Or what I'm going to be doing with most of it is freezing it. So I've got these silicone trays. Each one of these wells is 1 tablespoon, which is perfect for 1 serving of the sauce, whether it's going on our pizza crust or in pasta. You can also use ice cube trays, so you can freeze these, and once they're frozen, takes about 12 hours. You can also just do it overnight, but freeze those and then pop them out, store them in a Ziploc bag in your freezer for up to a year. So great way to preserve that garden fresh basil and be able to enjoy it all year round. So if you found value in this, definitely smash that heart, share it with your friends, and I will see you next week.